What's up, guys? It's your boy Jose Garza back for another Puro Pinche Sports video. And today, sadly, my co-host couldn't make it. Still a little torn over the Super Bowl results, but to take his place for just one time only, or who knows, he can come back next week too. If Marco's still sad and in bed sick, he can say it's COVID, but we all know it's because it's Mahomes hurting too. What's up, Art? How you doing, brother?
What up? What up, Jose? Thanks for having me again, man.
Of course, man. So I assume you watched the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, man. I wasn't expecting a blowout. I was expecting it for it to be, head to head, keep it interesting, but man, one wanted it more than the other one.
So we talked privately, of course, and we discussed what we think is going to happen. So why don't you let people know what did you think was the original results going to be? Who did you think was going to take it?
So I think I texted you the day before if you were going to come over and watch the Super Bowl, but you and your family had some other complications that you guys had to deal with, so we decided not to. But you did ask me who I thought was going to win, and I said the GOAT was going to take it.
Yeah.
Everywhere on NFL, CBS, they were all saying, the Chiefs, 36-34. They were all giving it to the Chiefs, and I think I found one person that said, the Bucs are going to take it. And I was like, yep, he's a smart man.
Yeah, man. I mean, the fact that almost every game doubted the GOAT, the man who had gone to already 9 Super Bowls, and to still have that mindset that there's no way he could beat Patrick Mahomes. Like, Patrick Mahomes only been in the league for 4 years, started 3 seasons, and that's it. Over a guy who's been doing it for 20 years. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, man. What did Edelman say? You're too old, man. Nope. He proved him wrong, man. And
well, that's Edelman's way of pumping him up. That was Edelman's way of pumping him up, saying, you're too old, because that's what everyone always said about Brady. So that's how he kept his mindset fresh. Like, yeah, you're right. They always think I'm old. Nah, bro. He's not old.
He's not old to party either, though.
Yeah. So as y'all saw, if y'all watched the game, because apparently now it's the lowest rated Super Bowl in a long time. How the fuck did that happen? Anyways, Buccaneers 31, Chiefs 9. Hey, Art, who was the MVP of the Chiefs, man?
I would have to say not Patrick Mahomes this time. No disrespect to Mahomes, though. I mean, he threw some really great passes, even some crazy passes that they should have gotten caught, especially that throw to the left corner of the end zone. That he could have had that one, but I think the besides him, the one player that kept him in the I guess the running of it for to have the Super Bowl was the kicker, man, Butker. Butker did it. You can't say anything else about that one. That was the MVP.
Well, were you surprised that we had the Week 12 matchup as the previous preview for their game, right? Like Week 12, it was 24-27, Chiefs 1-1. Tyreek Hill utterly destroyed them. Were you surprised the Bucs were able to actually shut down both Tyreek Hill and essentially more or less Travis Kelce?
No, I wasn't as surprised. I think the Buccaneers had a really great defense throughout the whole season. I mean, everyone said, "Oh, they're not gonna make or anything," but man, on those postseason, Brady, that's his game. I mean, as soon as he gets into that postseason mindset, there's nothing that's going to stop him. And he took up some big games out of it.
Yeah, I mean, he lost to your beloved Bears early in the season. He lost to the Rams. He lost to the Saints twice. He lost to the Chiefs. I mean, I can see why the Bucs were really underestimated, but playoff Tom is a different animal. As a Pats fan, as people can see in my background, as a Pats fan, I have known the love and the graciousness of Tom Brady for the long period of time. So of course I was cheering for him and Gronk still. Like, they're still my boy. Like, they're still there. My kid's named after Gronk. Shit like that. But yeah, bro. I mean, God, what an ass whooping. Marco, I hope you recover soon, man. I know you're not feeling well right now with the whole Chiefs got busted up. You thought they were going to be repeat champs. You were going to go to their championship celebration next year. you're gonna beat Patrick Mahomes and all this other stuff. Like somehow, I don't know, but hey, man, I mean, it's playoff time. Shit happens.
Yeah, man.
But
Wasn't it the Bucks did beat the Packers during the regular season, right?
they whooped them. Yep, they beat them badly in the regular season, week 6, I believe.
So I believe that's. I mean, if you think about it, that's the same thing they did to the Chiefs. I mean, it was kind of the same defensive strategy that they pulled out. I mean, man, it was a saddening game to watch, but overall, man, props to the players that were not part of the Bucks a year ago.
And guys, if you don't know what he's talking about, the people that scored for the Bucks, Gronk twice, Antonio Brown, Leonard Fournette, Ryan Suckup, and of course Tom Brady. None of those guys were on the Buccaneers roster a year ago. So, yep, I mean, good times for the Buccaneers. They celebrated their championship victory on boats. Tom Brady over there throwing fucking Lombardis from one boat to another like a fucking maniac. But Art, let me ask you this. If I gave you a blind stat, I guess, I mean, it's not really blind, right? There's only 2 teams we're fucking talking about. So one team over ever since their week 12 matchup, right? One team went on to average 34 points a game, only giving up 19 points a game, versus another team who would only put up 24 points a game, but they would also be giving up 24 points a game. Which team do you think is which? If you did not know what it was,
I'm probably gonna say, if I didn't know who, I would probably say Chiefs were the first one, Bucks were the second team.
But I mean, let me tell you right now, it's not the case. The Chiefs sucked, like literally, and not that they're terrible, right? Because they're good. They dominated for most of the part, right? When they I guess they needed to, as Marco would say. But in those 8 games since their first matchup earlier this year, Buccaneers went 34 points per game. They went at it. They averaged 413 yards of offense a game. Patrick Mahomes only threw 11 touchdowns in those 8 games. That's not an impressive stat, Art. That is not an impressive stat. And to be fair, he did miss week 17, so I guess in 7 games he only threw 11 touchdowns. Still doesn't look good. What do you think the Chiefs offense or defense need to do for next season to try to get back at the Bucks? Because that's what people want to see again, apparently.
I can tell you not to get rid of the kicker.
All right, so Booker's in. Got it. Next.
Probably do the same thing they did on the what was it, the conference champ against
the Bills.
The Bills, man. Like what they did against the Packers and the Bills. I mean, the fact that they were able to beat Rodgers and they were able to beat the Bills. And I believe I told you whenever we did our fantasy mock draft, I told you the Bills were probably going to make it to the conference champ. But yet again, they were able to stop by the Chiefs, and same thing with the Packers. So I feel like if they're sorry, not the Packers, the Bills, the Bucks play the Packers. My bad, man. But if the Chiefs are able to do what they did to the Bills, to the Buccaneers, that could be one strategy. The second one that I would probably say is if you get Tom Brady off his game, you probably have him, which is what the Bears did on that game. I mean, they sacked him I don't know how many times. They intercepted the ball, so they were just on Brady.
They put in the pressure.
So I think that if the Chiefs would have done that, maybe on the second quarter of it, just you're still 2 touchdowns down, but you're able to put the pressure on them, it would have been fine. I mean, but I feel like their defense didn't come out as strong as the Bucks did.
What is your take on all the complaints about the penalties against the Chiefs and almost nothing on the Bucks?
I mean, it's gonna be another. What would you say? Another Super Bowl where they say, Brady disinflated the ball, kind of talk. They gave it to them, but at the same time, it could be the same thing that happened a few years back with what was the game where I believe it was the Saints,
The Rams,
with that nasty call that
the
they were like,
pass
oh,
interference,
no.
no call.
Yeah. So I mean, yes, of course, one penalty could have swayed the game a different way, but to be completely honest, man, the Chiefs just did not look ready. It seemed that they were off of it, and the Buccaneers playing home field advantage, that's a big thing for them.
First team to ever do it.
Right. So the Bucs just wanted it more, man. They wanted to prove something. That's what they wanted to do. I'm not saying the Chiefs didn't, but I feel like the Buccaneers had more to prove with Brady leaving the Patriots, and then getting Antonio Brown and Gronk into it. They were trying to prove something.
How much do you think on the focus, I guess, on Andy Reid's part had to do with, his son's stupid DUI that got a 5-year-old girl in ICU?
I mean that's kind of. I mean, I'm pretty sure it did have had a toll on him. There's no lying that, but I don't think it was him. I think Mahomes and Reid were on it. It's just like I said, the Chiefs defense was they were in another planet. They were back in Kansas, man.
Dorothy couldn't even fucking save him. How much of the percentage do you put this on Mahomes? This L?
I would say it wasn't his fault, man.
No, I'm not saying it's fully his fault, right? I'm saying, like, how much of the percentage would you say it is, if any? Are you saying 0?
No, I would probably say, like, at fault, maybe 25% if we're thinking like that. And the only reason why I would say that was, yes, he did have his defense on lockdown, but his receivers they just couldn't do anything. And I feel that as the captain of the team, as a quarterback, man, you're the head of that team. You should be able to, like, keep motivating your players. And I'm not saying he didn't. It's just after that second half, it's like they got blinded by the lights, man.
Calm down, weekend fan. Calm down.
They just got blinded, man. Like they came out thinking they already lost the game, even though the game wasn't lost yet.
Isn't that crazy though? Because we talk about it extensively. Like, if it's me and you, or me and Marco, or me or anybody else, right? Like, we talk about how last year, how impressive the Chiefs were coming back in every one of their games. 24-point deficit against the Texans, 10 against what was it? The Titans and the 49ers. Like, they came back against all of them, and then there was almost no heart, I would say, coming out of the rest of the offense. I'm not saying Patrick Mahomes solely, right? Like, but the rest of them just. I mean, you saw Travis Kelce's eyes. Like, every time they took a shot at him, when he would miss the ball, like, he would drop the ball. It just he looked deflated. Like his soul was slowly dissipating. Like, it was gone.
Yeah, it was saddening to see. I was expecting a better. Not saying that it wasn't a good Super Bowl. I was just expecting more of a game coming from two powerhouses, But I received a text message that morning regarding, like, if you've never seen the Super Bowl, if you don't know what the heck the Super Bowl is, how to celebrate and everything. And it was a 10-point message. So, like, every point after the fifth one, it was, if you don't have anything else to say, just repeat what was on item number 5. And item number 5 was defenses win championships. So you had the powerhouse of Patrick Mahomes' offense, and then you had the powerhouse of the defense from the Buccaneers, man. Like, the defense wanted it.
The offensive lineman injury, for the Chiefs really hurt him. Patrick Mahomes was on the run for his life. The fact that he ran for almost 500 yards of scrimmage yards behind the line of scrimmage just to try to survive, just to make a play happen, even if the football would bounce off his players' helmets, like D. Williams and Tyreek Hill. Like, that's a lot of yards to just be for naught. right? Like that's just
And it's not to say that he wasn't trying to make attempts. I mean, he had
no, he
49
tried.
attempts, and Brady had 29. But out of those 29 and 49, Brady connected in 21, and Mahomes connected in 26. So it's one of those things that, man, like they were neck to neck on completions, but it's
This
just the
this is
receivers.
how big the defense was for the Chiefs the first time they played. They held Tom Brady and that offense to only 23 minutes of time of possession. 23 in a 60-minute game. That's hella good for the Chiefs defense. This time around, 31 minutes. So they got like about half the time with them. So I mean that Chiefs defense, you're right. They didn't show up. Tyrann Mathieu got in a chatty war with Tom Brady and took the L on both sides because the next time that they met on the end zone, fucking Tom Brady threw that ball to Antonio Brown, who was being guarded by the Honey Badger. But man, it's just it wasn't what any of us expected. But
Nope.
I was okay with that. I wanted the Bucks to win. I, who had from the start said the Bucks would go on to win. Art, have you been keeping up with my predictions?
No, I have. And one of my cousins, way before we started the season, the NFL season at all, he told me, he's like, man, just watch. Brady's gonna take him back to the Super Bowl. He's like, I don't know if they're gonna win, but he has a good chance to win.
And that
And
was
I told him, nah.
That was in my predictions list too. If anybody saw it before the season started, I said I was wrong on the AFC side. I should have said Chiefs. I said Ravens and Buccaneers.
Yeah.
I didn't have the Buccaneers winning the division. I had them going to the Super Bowl.
I had told you Packers and Bills, and that was close.
Yeah. Second place is close, Art. You're absolutely right. How did your fiance feel? I know she's from Kansas City. She's a Chiefs fan and all that. So how did that go?
It was kind of funny though, no lie. After the first touchdown, actually the second touchdown, she just kept saying like, "Come on, like what the heck, Mahomes?" And then when they scored that third touchdown, I was like, "Yeah, baby."
So, but by halftime, she was done. She was like, "I'm done with this game."
Yeah, by halftime, she was like, "You know what? I'm done. I'm gonna go and clean up the kitchen." We had friends over, so she started kind of like getting the dessert over and trying to get us our mind out of it. So man, it was.
You can tell Daniela, your lovely fiance friend. I wore this jersey every freaking Bucks game. This New England Patriots Tom Brady jersey. I wore every playoff game. And guess what, Daniela? Your team lost. They lost.
Yeah, no, she's not a big of a football fan, but she was kind of, a little heartbroken that the Chiefs didn't make it. But hey, can't do anything about it, man. It was a shootout, and Brady got the end of it, man.
I was definitely on the Brady side. It was definitely not on Patrick Mahomes or the Kansas City Chiefs. Well, Art, this was fun. Wish Marco was here. I'm not gonna lie. Just want him to feel the pain just a little bit more. But it's okay. It's okay. I already got to see him cry on FaceTime on Sunday. It's okay. It's no worries. It's like I'm good. I'm gooch. Well, Art, where can the people find you on socials if you want them to follow you or find you?
Sure, man. So if you guys want to follow me, I'm on Instagram. I'm beachbum@AI. And I have Facebook and everything. I don't really use too much of social media, but
What? You're not one of those people like myself who's on it nonstop? What's wrong with you?
I have work and school right now, so I don't have time to be too much in social media, even though I'll take a few breaks.
All right. Well, you should post a picture of you and your lovely fiance. Show her that the Chiefs aren't victors, but we are. We're champions. Maybe
so then what you're saying is that I should retire, right? I should retire the hat, right?
What hat is that? What are you wearing? Oh
I should retire her hat,
no!
right?
Oh no!
You retire this hat.
Oh, just throw it away. Just throw it, toss it to
Oh,
the side.
it fell, man.
Oh no! And that's pretty much how you can sum up the Chiefs season after high expectations of becoming champions. Well, guys, you can follow me, of course, at Jose Luis _1990 on Instagram. You can follow the podcast at Puro Pinche Sports Podcast on Instagram. On Twitter, you can follow the podcast at PPS _podcast. And my neighbors are loud as hell. But guys, thank you for watching. Y'all have a good evening, night, wherever you are. Shalom.